Hey man, can I borrow your car real quick? Mark asked me, jogging up after school. I hesitated. Just for what? I don't usually, only 10 minutes. I left my bag at the field, and my ankles shot. Please. He looked desperate, and I figured it couldn't hurt. Fine. Keys are in the ignition. Don't scratch it, he grinned. Promise. I watched him drive off and shoved my hands into my hoodie pocket. My car wasn't much, but it was mine. Every hour at the gas station had gone into paying for it. Maybe that's why what happened next shattered me so much. When I rounded the corner 15 minutes later, I froze. My car was parked under the oak tree by the lot. And inside, my girlfriend Emily pressed against Jason, school's golden boy. Lips locked like they were drowning, and the only air was in each other's mouths. For a second, I thought I was dreaming. Then the blood roared in my ears. I slammed my palm against the driver's window. Emily jerked back, eyes wide. Oh my God. Jason smirked, lazy and confident, like he'd just won another game. Relax, man. Don't blow a fuse. Get out, I snapped, yanking the door open. My voice cracked between rage and disbelief. What the hell is this? Emily scrambled out, smoothing her hair. It's not what it looks like. Not what it looks like? I barked. You were kissing him in my car. Jason leaned back in the seat, unbothered. Didn't know it was your car. Thought it was mine. Easy mistake, huh? Shut up, I shot back, trembling. Emily. She touched my arm. Soft, rehearsed. Babe, calm down. It was a mix-up. I thought it was Jason's car. I pulled away. You thought this was his car, so you kissed him? Her face flushed. I got confused. You know how many silver sedans there are in this lot? Don't insult me. My throat burned. You weren't confused? You were waiting for him, Jason chuckled, stepping out. He towered over me, smelling like cologne and arrogance. Look, man, no need to make a scene. She's obviously into me. Happens, Emily gasped. Jason, shut up. I stared between them, my chest hollowing. So it's true? No, she cried, eyes darting between us. It's not like that. I love you. She bit her lip, hesitating. Jason slipped his hands into his pockets. She loves attention, bro. Don't take it personal, Jason. She snapped, then turned back to me. Listen to me. It was one stupid kiss. It meant nothing. One stupid kiss. I laughed bitterly. In my car? With him? Her voice softened, coaxing. You're overreacting. You know how stressed I've been? I wasn't thinking. It was silly? Silly. My fists clenched. You just threw everything away with one kiss, Emily. One. Jason stretched, clearly enjoying the show. Guess you weren't enough to keep her attention, man? I stepped closer, fury boiling. Say that again? He smirked. I don't need to. Emily shoved him back. Stop it, both of you. She turned to me, desperate now. Please, don't let this ruin us. We're bigger than one mistake. I shook my head slowly. You call it a mistake. I call it betrayal. Her eyes filled with tears. Don't be dramatic. You're blowing this out of proportion. It wasn't planned. Jason snorted. Sure wasn't planned. But it was good. Something in me snapped. Get away from my car now, he shrugged, strolling off like a king leaving his throne. Emily reached for me again. Baby, please. Don't listen to him. You know, Jason, he twists everything. I was confused. Confused? I cut her off. You don't confuse love with lust. You knew exactly what you were doing. Her lips trembled. I swear it didn't mean anything. You mean everything to me. The words stabbed harder than silence. Then why do I feel like I mean nothing? She flinched. Don't say that. I messed up, okay? But we can move past it. I stared at her, my chest heaving. Memories flashing her laugh in my passenger seat. Her hand squeezing mine before exams. The way she said I was the only one who understood her. All lies, I can't, I whispered. Her face crumbled. You don't mean that? You're just hurt. My voice shook. I'm shattered. She reached again, but I stepped back. Emily, get out of my sight. I can't even look at you right now. Her tears spilled, but I didn't care. Jason's laugh echoed across the lot, loud and sharp. Students were starting to notice, watching from a distance, whispering. Emily lowered her voice. Please don't do this here. People are looking. Good, I said, my voice steadying. Let them look. Let them see exactly what you are. Her eyes widened like I'd slapped her. You don't mean that? I opened the driver's door, my hands still trembling. Get away from my car. She stepped back, staring at me with a mix of guilt and anger. You'll regret this. I met her eyes one last time. No, you will. I slammed the door, turned the ignition, and pulled away, her figure shrinking in the rearview mirror. Jason leaned against the wall, smirking like he'd already won. Emily stood frozen, tears on her cheeks. But all I felt was the weight of betrayal sinking deeper into me. The wheel shook under my hands. My chest felt like it had been split open. That kiss, it wasn't just lips touching. It was the sound of something breaking inside me. Something I wasn't sure I could ever fix again. The hallway felt like a stage, and I was the joke. Every laugh, every whisper, it all cut into me. Yo, did you hear? Someone muttered near the lockers. Yeah, Jason bagged her. Poor guy didn't even know. I kept walking, fists clenched, pretending not to hear. But the truth was, I heard everything. Jason's voice rose over the noise. What can I say? She came to me. Guess some girls just know quality when they see it. Students laughed. My chest tightened. Liam appeared at my side, scowling. Ignore him, man. He's a clown. Doesn't feel like a clown when everyone's laughing at me. They're laughing at his arrogance. Not you, Liam said. Don't give him that power. But Jason spotted me. Hey, lover boy. Heard you're driving my car around? Appreciate you keeping it clean for me? The hallway erupted. My ears burned. I turned, glaring. Shut your mouth, Jason, he smirked. Or what? Gonna cry about it? She chose me, bro. Get over it. Before I could answer, Emily appeared from the crowd. Her face was pale, eyes darting between us. Jason stopped. Jason threw an arm around her shoulder. See, even now, she can't stay away. Emily shoved him off. Don't twist this. It was one mistake. The crowd ooked, hungry for drama. I stared at her, my voice low but shaking. One mistake. You call that a mistake while he brags to the whole school? Her eyes glistened. I told you it didn't mean anything. Doesn't look that way from here. Jason laughed. Man, you're pathetic. Still begging for scraps while she's with me, Liam stepped forward, ready to swing. Say that again, and I'll put you through the lockers. Jason raised his hands, grinning. Relax, buddy. No need to get violent. Your boy just can't face reality. The bell rang, but no one moved. The hallway was holding its breath. Emily whispered, Can we talk? Alone, I looked at her, then at Jason's smug face, and finally nodded. Fine, we found an empty classroom. The silence was louder than the whispers outside. I broke it first. Why does he act like you're his? Emily hugged herself. Because he's a jerk. He wants to humiliate you. Humiliate me? Or tell the truth? Her eyes flashed. I told you, it was just a kiss. That's all. And you expect me to believe that? She avoided my gaze. Yes, then look at me, I demanded. She didn't. Her silence screamed louder than any confession. I stepped back, anger and hurt twisting together. So there's more, isn't there? No, she said quickly, almost too quickly. You're imagining things, am I? Because the way the whole school knows makes it sound bigger than just a kiss. Her voice cracked. Jason's lying. He's making it worse. Please don't let him break us. I stared, searching her face for honesty. But all I found was fear. Later at lunch, Liam sat across from me. You can't let this slide, man. I pushed food around my tray. What am I supposed to do? If I fight him, I look desperate. If I stay quiet, I look weak. You don't owe anyone a performance, Liam said. You owe yourself dignity, I sighed. Feels like that's already gone. Liam leaned closer. Look, I know it hurts. But Emily is not worth crawling through this hell for. Jason's flaunting it because he knows he got under your skin. Don't give him the satisfaction. His words made sense, but my chest still ached. Everyone's looking at me like I'm the idiot who didn't see it coming. You're not the idiot, Liam said firmly. She is for throwing away someone who actually cared. He is for thinking this makes him a man. Don't confuse their choices with your worth. I swallowed hard, his words sinking in. Then what do I do? You stop letting them write the story for you, Liam said. You take control. The words hit me like a slap. Maybe I had been too passive. Maybe standing still was letting them destroy me piece by piece. I clenched my jaw. You're right. This ends with me, not them. Liam smirked, satisfied. That's the spirit. Just don't throw a punch in front of the principal, all right? Despite everything, I cracked a weak smile. No promises. As the lunch bell rang, I walked out with a new fire in my chest. The whispers hadn't stopped. Jason's laugh still echoed. Emily's silence still stabbed at me, but something had shifted. For the first time since that kiss, I wasn't just broken. I was angry. And anger meant movement. I realized then I couldn't keep waiting for the truth to show itself. I had to drag it into the light, even if it destroyed me. The cafeteria buzzed with the usual chatter, trays clattering, sneakers squeaking against the tile. I tried to keep my head down, but I knew eyes followed me. Jason's laugh cut through the noise like a blade. Emily stood a few feet away, arms crossed, her face tight. I forced myself to look at her. Emily, can we talk? Privately, she shook her head. No, it's better like this. My stomach twisted. Like what? Jason leaned back in his chair, smirking. Oh, this should be good. Emily's voice cracked, but she steadied it. I can't keep doing this, Mark. You're safe, but that's all you are. Jason excites me. The words stabbed harder than any rumor. I blinked, hoping I misheard. Safe. Yeah, she said quickly, glancing at Jason before looking back at me. You're predictable, dependable, boring. Jason makes me feel alive. I swallowed hard. My voice came out quieter than I wanted. So everything we had meant nothing? Her lips trembled, but she forced herself to nod. I'm sorry. It's over. Jason grinned wider, like this was entertainment. Guess she traded up, man. Don't take it personal. The cafeteria went silent. Every head turned. Heat crawled up my neck. I wanted to shout, to flip the table, to demand why she kissed me the night before like it meant something. Instead, I heard my own voice say, steady but hollow, fine. Emily's eyes darted away. Mark, I cut her off. You made your choice. I set my tray down and walked toward the doors. Behind me, Jason's laugh echoed, louder than the whispers. Liam caught up with me in the hallway. Dude, wait, I kept walking. Don't, Mark. She humiliated you in front of everyone. You don't have to face this alone. I stopped and turned to him. My hands shook. Do you know what it feels like to have someone you trust rip you apart in front of the whole school? To be laughed at while your girlfriend tells you you're boring? Liam's jaw tightened. She doesn't deserve you. None of this defines you. Tell that to the people replaying this in their heads right now. To Jason, who's probably already bragging about it, Liam stepped closer. You're not weak. They'll see it one day. I almost believed him, almost. That night, I stood in front of the bathroom mirror. My reflection stared back, pale, hollow-eyed. I touched the glass, my chest aching. Safe, I whispered. Predictable, boring. The words burned. Behind me, the door creaked open. Coach Miller's voice filled the room. You all right, son? I stiffened, wiping at my face. Yeah, just needed air. He stepped inside, arms crossed, steady gaze. I heard what happened today. I exhaled sharply. Then you know I'm the joke of the school now, only if you let yourself believe that. I scoffed. She said Jason excites her. I'm nothing but safe. How am I supposed to come back from that? Coach's tone hardened. Mark, people like Jason burn out. They shine quick and fade faster. You've got endurance. Heart that lasts. I turned, bitterness spilling out. Endurance doesn't stop humiliation. It doesn't erase how she looked at him like I was nothing. He studied me for a moment, then nodded. Maybe not. But it can build something stronger. I've seen you push yourself past breaking points. You've got fire, even if you don't see it yet. My chest tightened. Fire doesn't fix betrayal. No, Coach said calmly, but it fuels the comeback. I looked back at my reflection. My face was streaked with frustration, but my eyes weren't broken. Not fully, I whispered, more to myself than to him. I won't beg. I won't crawl back. Coach gave a small nod. Good, then let this pain shape you, not shatter you. When he left, I stayed by the mirror. The silence pressed heavy around me. I clenched my fists, jaw tight. I'll never be the joke again, I said out loud. The words didn't tremble. They cut clean. For the first time all day, I believed myself. The weights clanged as I dropped the barbell back onto the rack, my arms shaking. Sweat stung my eyes, but I refused to stop. Liam stood over me. Again, I groaned. You trying to kill me? He smirked. Nah, trying to rebuild you. Now lift. I gritted my teeth and pressed up again. My muscles screamed, but I focused on the fire in my chest, the humiliation, the betrayal, the cafeteria whispers. When I dropped the bar, my lungs burned. Better, Liam said, tossing me a water bottle. You look less like a guy who got dumped, and more like a guy planning world domination. I chugged half the bottle. Feels like both. He laughed. Good, keep both. Anger plus ambition equals transformation. Later, in the gym office, Coach Miller leaned against his desk, arms crossed. Discipline, that's the word, Mark. You can lift, run, and study until your body gives out. But if you don't stay consistent, it won't matter. I wiped sweat from my forehead. So, routine? Exactly. Same time, same effort, every day. Don't let emotions run the schedule. Let purpose run it. I nodded. Purpose. Got it, Coach. Eyed me seriously. And pride. Not arrogance like Jason flaunts. I mean real pride. The kind that keeps your head up even when people try to bury you. His words stuck with me. Pride. Purpose. Discipline. At night, Liam and I worked on my car in his driveway. Grease stained my hands, but I liked it. It felt like proof of progress. Hand me that wrench, I said. Liam passed it over. You ever think this car's a metaphor for your life? I raised a brow. How so? You keep fixing broken parts. Tightening what's loose. Replacing junk that doesn't serve anymore. Slowly turning it into something worth showing off. I smirked. So I'm a rusted Honda turning into a Mustang? Something like that. He grinned. By the time Emily and Jason see this thing, they'll choke on their own smugness. I tightened the bolt harder than necessary. That's the point. School felt different weeks later. Whispers still trailed me, but the tone had changed. Instead of pity, there was curiosity. Instead of laughter, there were glances that lingered. Sophia, a quiet girl from history class, caught me off guard one afternoon. She tapped my shoulder as I packed my books. You've changed, I blinked. What do you mean? You sit straighter. You don't mumble anymore. People notice. I shrugged, shoving my notebook into my bag. Maybe I just stopped caring what they think. She smiled softly. Or maybe you started caring about yourself. The comment rattled me more than I expected that night. Liam teased me about it. Sophia talked to you. Dude, she doesn't talk to anyone. I rolled my eyes. It wasn't a big deal. He nudged me. It's a big deal. Girls don't notice unless there's something to notice. I didn't respond. But deep down, I wondered if he was right. Coach Miller pushed me harder in practice, too. During drills, he barked faster. "You've got more in you." I sprinted until my lungs felt like fire. When I slowed, he yelled, "Don't quit on yourself, Mark. Everyone else can quit on you, but you don't get that option." I forced my legs to move again. His words echoed louder than my doubts. One evening, sitting with Liam by the car, I admitted what had been brewing inside me. "I want them to see me, Liam. Not just look at me." "See what they lost? See what they threw away?" He tightened a bolt and looked up. "Revenge." I shook my head slowly. "Not exactly. More like proof. Proof that I was never the boring safe joke she called me. Proof that Jason isn't better than me." Liam smirked. Now that's the fire coach was talking about. The car engine roared to life, smoother than ever. For a moment, I imagined pulling into the school parking lot. Emily and Jason watching as I stepped out. No longer the guy they pitied, but I stayed quiet, letting the thoughts simmer. Later that night, alone in my room, I stared at my reflection again. This time, the boy who had walked away from the cafeteria wasn't staring back. My shoulders looked stronger, my eyes sharper, my posture steadier. "Almost there," I whispered. Almost, but not yet. The day would come when Emily and Jason would have no choice but to see me. Until then, I kept building brick by brick, rep by rep, mile by mile. And for the first time, I didn't just feel broken. I felt dangerous. I was at my locker when Liam nudged me. "You hear the news?" I frowned. "What news?" He smirked. "Jason got caught hooking up with some girl behind the gym. Not Emily. Rachel." I blinked. "Rachel, his ex?" "Yep," Liam said, grinning like it was Christmas morning. "Guess old habits die hard." The hallway buzzed with whispers. Snickers followed Emily as she passed, her chin held high, but her eyes darting. "She looks like she's about to break," Liam muttered. I shrugged. Not my problem anymore. Still, I remembered the sting of laughter in that cafeteria. The mockery, the pity. Now it was her turn. By lunch, Rachel herself made sure no one could miss the story. She strutted into the cafeteria, loud enough for everyone to hear. Guess Jason couldn't resist me after all. Poor Emily thought she was special. Emily slammed her tray down at her table. "Shut up, Rachel." Rachel laughed. "Why? Because it's true. He'll cheat on you like he cheated on me. Enjoy your fairy tale, sweetheart." Gasps and laughter rippled around the room. Jason wasn't even their coward. I sat with Liam, watching. He leaned toward me. Karma's got good timing. I didn't reply, but inside I agreed. Later that day, Emily cornered me by the vending machines. Her voice was light, fake casual. "Hey, long time no talk." I didn't look up from the buttons. "Yeah," she shifted, forcing a smile. "You've been different lately. Working out? People are noticing." I pressed the button for water. "Good for them." She blinked. "That's all you're going to say?" I grabbed the bottle, finally meeting her eyes. "What do you want, Emily?" Her smile faltered. "Nothing. Just catching up?" I walked past her without another word. That night, Liam couldn't stop laughing when I told him. "She tried to talk to you." "Man, tables are turning." I shook my head. "She's not reaching out because she cares. She's reaching because she's drowning." "Exactly," Liam said, grinning. "And you don't throw a life jacket to the one who tried to sink you." The next day, Rachel found me outside class. "You remark, right?" "Yeah," I said cautiously. She folded her arms. "Jason's been bragging about you. Says you're still hung up on Emily." I snorted. He would say that. Rachel's smile was sharp. "Don't worry. I made sure everyone knows he's a liar and a cheat." I'm done protecting his image. I raised a brow. "Why tell me?" "Because," she said, leaning closer, "you know what it feels like to be humiliated by them. And I know you're not as harmless as you look. You're watching, waiting." Her words unsettled me. She saw through me more than I liked. "Enjoy the show," I muttered. Walking away by Friday, Emily's perfect image was cracking. People whispered when she walked past. Jason avoided her in the halls. Even her friends started pulling back, laughing behind her back. I watched it all with a calm I didn't recognize in myself. At lunch, she tried again. Sliding into the seat across from me, she said, "Can we talk?" I didn't look up from my tray. "We just did." Her voice trembled. "Mark, don't be like this." I set my fork down and stared at her. "Like what? Honest?" She bit her lip. "I made mistakes, but I cut her off." "You didn't make a mistake, Emily. You made a choice. Don't act like you tripped and fell into his arms. You knew exactly what you were doing." Her face flushed, eyes wet. "I didn't mean to hurt you like that. Then you shouldn't have laughed when you did." My voice was ice. She stared at me for a long moment, then whispered, "You've changed." I stood, grabbing my tray. "No, Emily. You just finally see me," as I walked away. Whispers followed me, not pity this time, but respect. That night, Coach Miller caught me finishing laps after practice. "You're pushing harder than ever," I nodded. "I have to." He studied me. "Something on your mind?" I hesitated, then said, "The balance is shifting. For the first time, I'm not the one breaking." Coach's eyes softened. "Good. Just don't lose yourself in proving them wrong. Prove yourself right instead." His words hit deep. Maybe he was right, but still I couldn't deny the satisfaction. When I got home, I stared at my reflection again. No rage this time, no shame. Just control. Emily's world was crumbling, Jason's lies catching up to him. And me? For the first time, I wasn't the punchline. I was the silence in the room that made them squirm. I was leaving class when I heard my name. "Mark, wait." Emily rushed down the hall, eyes red, mascara smeared. She grabbed my sleeve. "Don't," I said flatly. "Please," she whispered. "Just listen. I regret everything. I was stupid, shallow. Jason. He doesn't mean anything anymore. I need you." I pulled my arm free. "You need me? Or you need someone to keep you from drowning now that everyone's laughing at you?" Her lip trembled. "That's not fair." I snapped. "Was it fair when you kissed him in my car?" Her eyes filled with tears. "It was a mistake, Mark." "No," I cut her off. "It was a choice. And it killed something in me that doesn't come back." She shook her head, reaching for me again. "We can fix this. I can fix us." I stepped back. "There is no us." A sharp laugh echoed from behind. Jason leaned against the lockers, smug grin plastered on his face. "Wow, look at you, Mark. Mr. Glopa. New muscles, new attitude." "Think that makes you better than me?" I glared at him. "Better than you? That bar's so low I'd trip over it." His smirk twitched. "Funny. Emily tells me she wants you back, but you'll always be second choice. You think this new version of you scares me?" "Your voice is shaking," I said quietly. He bristled, his jaw tightening. "Shut up." Emily spun toward him. "Jason, stop. You don't get to talk to him like that." I laughed bitterly. "Now you defend me? After everything?" She turned back to me, desperate. "Because I realize what I lost? Jason's nothing compared to you. Please, Mark, don't let that kiss be the end of us." My chest burned, but not with longing. With rage, with finality. I leaned closer, my voice steady. "That kiss was the end of us, Emily. It killed everything inside me. Every bit of trust, every ounce of love. You buried it yourself." The hallway had grown silent. Students gathered, whispering, then Mr. Davis, our history teacher, stepped out of his classroom. "What's going on here?" "Nothing, sir," I said quickly. "Just a conversation that's long overdue," Jason scoffed. "Conversation. Sounds like drama to me." Double quotes. Mr. Davis narrowed his eyes. "Jason, get to class." Jason muttered under his breath, but slouched off. Emily's tears spilled down her cheeks. "Mark, please. Don't do this to me." I stared at her. "You did this to yourself," she gasped, covering her mouth. "You don't mean that?" I mean every word. Mr. Davis glanced between us, his tone softer now. Mark, maybe you should walk away. I nodded. You're right. Turning to Emily one last time, I said, You'll remember that kiss for the rest of your life, Emily. Not because it was sweet, but because it cost you everything. Her knees buckled as she sobbed, leaning against the lockers. Students whispered louder, some pitying, others cruel. I walked down the hall, each step lighter than the last. Behind me, Jason's mocking laugh rang out, but it sounded hollow, cracked at the edges. He could pretend all he wanted. Everyone saw through him now, and Emily. She had her answer. I would never go back. The auditorium was buzzing with chatter, lights bright on the stage. My palms were damp, but it wasn't from fire, it was from anticipation. Tonight was different. Tonight the truth would bleed through every smile Jason had faked. And Emily would finally feel the silence of abandonment. Are you ready for this? Liam whispered as he nudged me from the side row. I smirked. I've been ready since the day she chose him. Sophia leaned in, grinning. Then let's make sure everyone else sees it too. The principal called for quiet. Tonight, we celebrate achievement, commitment, and character. Awards will be presented to students who've demonstrated resilience and excellence. I heard the whispers. Already Jason sitting smugly in the middle row with Emily clinging to his arm. Rachel, 2 seats away, sat perfectly calm, her eyes sharp as glass. Don't blink, she muttered to me earlier. His whole world's about to collapse. The ceremony moved quickly. Honors and academics, sports and arts were read out. Then a hush fell. For leadership and perseverance, Mr. Davis announced, we recognize someone who has overcome extraordinary challenges. Please welcome my name. Applause. I stood, heart pounding, but my steps were steady as I walked to the stage. Liam and Sophia whistled from the crowd, their cheers echoing louder than Jason's fake coughs. The spotlight felt warm, almost like healing. I took the certificate with both hands. The principal smiled at me. You've shown strength beyond your years. Congratulations. Before I could respond, sharp voice sliced through the air. Strength. Jason sneered, standing. Is kissing Emily strength? Or is letting someone else fix your face for sympathy the real trick? The crowd gasped. My fingers tightened on the paper. Rachel rose instantly. Funny you bring up kissing, Jason. Should we remind everyone who you kissed last week that wasn't Emily? Jason froze. Shut up, Rachel. Emily's head snapped toward him. What is she talking about? The whispers in the auditorium turned to sharp laughter. Jason's mask cracked. Rachel pulled out her phone, holding it high. I've got proof. Don't test me, Rachel. Jason shouted, his face red. Emily staggered to her feet. You cheated? Jason stammered. It didn't mean anything. She came on to me. The audience erupted. Gasps, laughter, even a few boos. Mr. Davis stepped closer to the stage. His hand raised for order, but no one was listening. Emily's eyes filled with tears. You swore I was the only one. Jason turned, desperate. Emily, I love you. I swear, Rachel smirked. Love. Please. You were with 2 girls in the same week. Should I play the video for them? The room exploded. Phones lifted. Everyone whispered louder now. Names, insults, gears. Emily shoved Jason's arm away. Don T, touch me. You made me throw away everything for you. Jason's voice cracked. Emily, please. But she was already running down the aisle, mascara streaking her cheeks. The crowd parted like water, leaving her utterly exposed. I stood silently on stage, watching the chaos unfold. Jason scrambled after her, but the gears drowned his pleas. Cheater. Someone yelled. Another shouted, fraud. Rachel caught my eye and winked. And that, she whispered across the space, is justice served. Mr. Davis finally regained control, slamming his hand on the podium. Enough. This is an awards ceremony, not a circus. The noise simmered. Jason was left standing alone, sweat glistening on his forehead, his shoulders trembling under the weight of humiliation. He slunk back into his seat, but no one welcomed him. The spotlight had moved, and it wasn't returning. The principal turned back to me. Apologies for the interruption. Please say a few words. I gripped the microphone. My voice came out steady, even calm. I just want to thank the people who stood by me. Liam, Sophia, and others who saw me not for my scars, but for my fight. I've learned that pain doesn't define us. What we do with it does. Liam clapped hard. That's right. Sophia shouted, "Tell them." A ripple of applause spread, this time genuine, swelling until the entire auditorium thundered with it. I glanced at Jason, his face buried in his hands, and at the empty seat Emily left behind. Betrayal had stripped them bare in front of everyone. I didn't feel pity. I felt release. Rachel leaned back casually, phone still glowing in her hand. Sweetest revenge, huh? I smiled faintly. Karma doesn't miss. The ceremony ended with cheers and laughter. Students crowded around me, congratulating, shaking hands, clapping my back. My scars caught the stage lights, no longer marks of weakness, but symbols of survival. As the crowd thinned, Sophia looped her arm around mine. You finally got what you deserved. Liam grinned, and he got what he deserved too. I exhaled deeply, the air tasting freer than it ever had. Yeah, I whispered. Tonight proved something. Sophia tilted her head. What's that? That betrayal cuts deep, I said, my voice firm but standing up again. That's deeper. And sweeter, Rachel smirked. Then here's to standing tall. I lifted the certificate high, not just paper anymore, but proof of survival, proof of strength. Jason's shadow had fallen. Emily's crown had shattered, and me. I was still here, stronger, sharper, unbroken. The hallway was nearly empty when I heard her voice again. Please, just stop for a second. I froze. Emily stood at the corner, her eyes swollen from crying, her hands trembling as if she could hold on to me with nothing but air. I sighed. Emily, what more is there to say? Her voice cracked. I was stupid. I thought Jason cared. I don't even know what I thought anymore. Yeah, I said quietly. You thought wrong. She stepped closer, desperation pouring from every word. I made a mistake. I can't fix it, but maybe. Maybe you can forgive me? We could start over. I shook my head slowly. Start over. After the kiss? After everything? Her lips quivered. I didn't mean to destroy us. I was confused. No, I cut in, my voice firm. You weren't confused when you chose him. You weren't confused when you laughed at me. You knew exactly what you were doing. She bit her lip. I regretted every second. Regret doesn't erase betrayal, I said, my chest tightening. You aimed without pulling the trigger, Emily. The bullets didn't break me, but you almost did. Her tears fell freely. So that's it? You won't even try? I shook my head again. I don't need to try anymore. I've already moved on. Her breath caught. Moved on? With Sophia? I let a small smile slip. With myself. With my own story. Emily reached out, but I stepped back. Don't, I warned gently. We're done. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument. Finally, she whispered, Then I guess I really lost you. You didn't lose me, I replied, turning away. You threw me away. I walked down the hall where Liam and Sophia waited. Sophia raised an eyebrow. Everything okay? Yeah, I said, exhaling. Better than okay. Liam clapped my shoulder. She tried again, huh? Yeah, but this time I didn't listen. Sophia smiled softly. That's growth. We stepped outside, the cool air wrapping around me like freedom. I felt lighter, as if the weight I carried had finally fallen away. Liam grinned. So, what now? Revenge tour over. I laughed, the sound surprising even me. Revenge already happened. I don't need to rub it in. Living better. That's enough. Sophia nodded. Exactly. That's the sweetest victory. The parking lot glowed under the streetlights, my car waiting like an old friend. For months, it symbolized pain, loss, and memories I wanted to forget. Tonight it felt different. I opened the driver's door, sliding into the seat. The wheel fit perfectly in my hands again. Not a reminder of weakness, but of how far I'd come. Liam leaned in through the window. "You good to drive?" I grinned. "I'm more than good." Sophia tapped the roof lightly. "Then drive forward. Leave it all behind." I started the engine, the hum vibrating through me like a heartbeat. Emily's voice, Jason's laugh. Every moment of betrayal, they all faded in the rearview mirror as I pulled onto the road. Liam and Sophia's laughter echoing behind me. I felt the truth settle in my chest. I wasn't the boy who lost everything anymore. I was the man who found himself, and that was enough.